down. Sit down. Michelle, huh? Why do you let the kilesas trample all over you? Huh? Make you just unhappy. Huh? And you say, yes, make me unhappy. I'm so happy when I'm unhappy. Huh? It's not you, it's not me, it's not mine. Yeah? Anicca, anatta, dukkha. Yeah? Whatever we see, whatever we feel, whatever we hear, yeah? Whatever we experience cannot be me. Yeah? It's up to you, to let them make you unhappy. Huh? You can be happy. Huh? There, no. Huh? There's nothing wrong with being happy. Yeah? What was that? Does anybody remember the song? It was in the 70s or 80s? Don't worry, be happy. Huh? The moment we worry, we are unhappy. Huh? We worry about tomorrow. And tomorrow, has it come? No. We worry about yesterday. Can we change anything? No. Why don't we just stay in the present moment? Huh? And there are no worries in the present moment. What am I going tomorrow? What I'm going to do next year? What I'm going to do in 10 years? Maybe we die tonight. Can all happen. Yeah? Don't let yourself, be drowned by the kilesas. Yeah? They're not you, they're not me, they're not mine, they're myself. Whatever comes, what comes in the mind, it's like a cloud, it comes in and it passes by and goes. Yeah? Feelings, you realize that over your life, feelings come and go, yeah? Some feelings we don't like, other feelings we like, but even if we like them, they go away, yeah? Unhappy feelings will also go away, yeah? Don't get fooled by the kilesas. Yeah? And don't just be robots. Huh? Conditioning. Huh? I was talking about conditioning. We are conditioned. Huh? When we see this person, we react like this. When we are in this situation, we react like that. Huh? When Daryl goes home and sees his mother, he becomes a child again. Yeah. When we see our parents, we become children. Yeah. When we see our friends, we become adults. Yeah. When we see our boss, we duck our head. Yeah. And so on, and so on, and so on. Yeah? We shouldn't be robots, we should be human beings. Yeah, live up to your human, Homo sapiens. Yeah? But what does a Homo sapiens? It's not easy to be a Homo sapiens. Yeah? A Homo sapiens knows what he's doing, why is he doing, and what the results of our doing is. When was the last time you asked yourself this? You just do. You just go ahead and do it. And do it. And do this. Speak that. Yeah? Never ask yourself why. What is happening at the moment before you do something? No. We just go ahead, There's a voice there, our friends, we call them friends, or we call them me mind, yeah? Tells us what to do, yeah? What to like, what to dislike. And then we say, yes, my Lord, yes, yes. Now I'm unhappy, yes. Now I'm happy, yes. Now I need this, yes. We don't say no. Now I'm tired, I need to go to bed, yes. Now I'm hungry, I need to eat, yes. We only say yes, but it's, yeah. It's not us. Who suggests this? Who knows that there is a voice that suggests it? Ever heard this voice? Well, when you start meditating, you hear it constantly. You should do it like this, you should do it like this. This is nice, this is not so nice. Ever heard this voice? It's constantly there, 24 hours, radio. Turn off the radio, poops, peacefulness, happiness. As long as this radio goes on, tells us what is happening. It constantly tells us, what we see, it tells us what we hear, it tells us what we like, it tells us what we don't like. But if you turn it off, just peacefulness. Ease, happiness. So, why do we live with this constant noise? That's a question you should ask yourself. Turn it off. And the way to turn it off, I told you, how to do it. You just go into samadhi and stop thinking and stop memorizing. Very easy, Click off, happy. Click on, unhappy. Become humans, Don't be robots, I understand, I'm in the world nowadays, it's only robots, They get an input, and they have to do it, to get that output, And everything else, questioning why we should do it, and what the result of our doing is, that is not asked of us. We're just robots, who functions, Or like Pink Floyd said, we're just another brick in the wall, Just building the society, one brick after the other brick, building the society. And, we have to function in this way and we have to function in that way. If we don't function like they want, they either get rid of us, or we don't get any money or any food or any land or, whatever. Then we have to... Then we have to say yes, we have to growl to them, and say, yes, I will do it the way you want to do it. No, let's become human beings again. What is a human being? A human being knows, he's conscious of his doing. He's aware of what is he doing. Why is he doing it, and what the results of his doing is. But this is difficult, We don't want to ask these questions, We just want to go to the buffet. Or we just want to do this or that, We never ask, why are we doing this? Why do I need suddenly, some food? Why do I need to go on a trip? Why do I need this? Or why do I need to speak to this person? Do you ever ask yourself? We just do it, And that makes us really robots, Because of our conditioning, we do certain things. Conditioning, what is conditioning? If, then, else. That is the basic of programming, If I see my mother, I react like that. Then I react like this, If I see my father, I react like that, If, then, else. If I don't see my mother, then I'm something else, This is conditioning, basic conditioning. And the Lord Buddha said about Nibbana, what is it? The unconditioned. There are no more conditions. We are happy, we are free. We free ourselves of this conditioning. That's it. And there's one way, to do it, to be aware of what we are doing, why we are doing and what the results of our doing is, so that we can slowly get rid of this conditioning. Some of the conditioning is very ingrained, so it is very difficult to get rid of, because we constantly fall in the same trap, we constantly do the same thing without even being aware of it. So what do we need to do? Linda? Daily reflection. And why don't we do it? Because it's too difficult. We don't want actually to know what we are doing. Huh? The daily reflection in the evening, after our meditation, after we get the mind calm, just go through our day, with what kind of thought did I wake up, or what kind of dream, and just recall it, and then let it go, and then go on to the next moment. When what did I do then? I went to the bathroom. What did I do there? What did I think while I was going to the bathroom? This is important, it shows us, the sequence of our actions and what our actions are actually based on. We don't say, when we do the reflection, we don't say, this is good or this is bad, or we don't ask the question, why? We just want to know, just like we watch a movie, we watch every picture of the movie, without any objections, without saying good or bad, we just watch it, okay. Then I went to the bathroom, I brushed my teeth. What did I think while I was brushing my teeth? We don't know. It's okay, if you don't know, then go to the next step. What did I do? What happened, What happened then? What happened then? And then, slowly, when we do that every day, we see patterns of behavior or our conditioning. And when we see the patterns often enough, then we can see, over the time, we can see the cause for the pattern to arise. And once we see the cause for the pattern to arise, we can remove the cause, because the cause is within ourselves. And then this pattern doesn't come anymore. And that's how we slowly free ourselves. And everybody, no matter where he lives, be it a monk, or be it a layperson in a daily life, could do it, if he's keen enough, to do the daily reflection in the evening, Sometimes in the evening, when you come home, the first thing when you come home, you calm the mind, get all the junk out that happened during the day. How many hours do we spend after we come home from work, thinking about work and thinking about what happened there? How many hours, it's going, it's most of the time, going into our sleep, we can't sleep because we think and think and think and think. When do you put your mind to rest, we put our body to rest every day, but our mind, works 24/7, Put that mind to rest, Calm it down after work, you come home, first of all, chuck out all these, it's just like dusting or wiping out, the floor, make the house clean and empty, make your heart clean and empty, and then do the reflection, And the reflection is just there for us to see what we are doing, if you're so alert, if you're so awake during the day that you are about to do something and then you're hauled in and say, what is the state of my, what is the state of my mind? What do I want to do? Most of the time when we want to do something, we are not really satisfied. We are not at ease. For instance, we are hungry. We are not at ease. So we want to eat something. Just realize that we are not at ease, and because we are not at ease, and that is most of the time, we speak or we we watch something, or we go there, or we do something, just because we are at the moment we are not at ease. And we can see that, when we are actually in meditation and there's no more thoughts and there's no more memories going on, we don't want anything. We don't want to move, we don't want to think, we don't want anything. The moment we come out of meditation or out of samadhi, we want this, we want that, we are unhappy about this, we are unhappy about that. So, and that's why we want to do things. So let's see it. Let's for us, let's get a little bit more aware of what we are doing and why we are doing it. So before we do something, we hold in, what is the state of my consciousness? What is the state of my feelings? Or, and then if you don't know, okay, I want to do that, to get rid of this unpleasant feeling. Okay, go ahead and do it. But then, after you did it, check it again. Did I get rid? We never check. We just do it. We just go ahead and do things. I mean, every one of you, when you go to a shop, and you want to have a soap, that cleans your body, you go into the shop, you buy the soap, and then when you're back home, you soap yourself, and you see you don't get clean. Will you buy the soap again? No. But with our personal life, we do it constantly. We never check out if it has that effect on us that we aspire for. No, we don't. We just go ahead and do it, and hope it will have that effect. And how often does it have that effect? How often did the kilesas promise you, if you do this, you will be happy, and then you did it and you will not be happy? How often did they promise us? How often do they lie to us? Constantly lie to us. Constantly suggest something. If you have more money, you will be happy. Or if you go here or you go there, you will be happy. Or if you talk to your friend, you will be happy. Or maybe even if you get drunk, you will be happy. How often do they tell us? And do we get happy? No. They lie to us. If you have a friend, who tells you, if you do this, you get a lot of money, Then you go ahead and do it, and you don't get any money, And then he tells you 3 things, You start disbelieving him, no? If people tell us lies, we start to disbelieving him. But our kilesas, we never disbelieve, we always believe, Because they tell us, it's me, it's mine, it's myself, it's me. Instead of asking, who are you? Tao, who are you? So, we have to remember one thing about our citta. There are 2 powers in our citta. It's a power of darkness and it's a power of light. Or you can call it the power of Dhamma and it's a power of avijja. Avijja is normally sitting on the throne ruling us. So if we ask this authority of avijja, for instance, go to bed, I don't want to follow your orders anymore, then he cannot do anything. If you don't give it, what is it called, the scepter, whatever, where you can actually do things. The kilesas suggest us, let's go to bed, and then I say, no, I don't go to bed. So they don't have a power. The power, we give them the power, but we also give the Dhamma the power. So if the Dhamma says, it would be nice, if you do some sitting meditation, and then we say, okay, let's do it. If the kilesa say, it would be nice, to have a drink, and then we say, no, bye. We are the ones who decide, but we have forgotten that we are the ones who are deciding. We give either the power to the kilesas. The kilesas are not us, even though they suggest, it's me, it's mine, it's my feeling, But we can't change our feelings, If it is your clothes, if you have a white shirt or if a yellow shirt or black shirt, if you don't like the white anymore and want to have a black shirt, you go to your drawer and put in a white shirt or a black shirt or a yellow shirt or red shirt, and then you put it on because it's yours. If you have a bad feeling, can you change it to a nice feeling? But you say, it's my feeling, How can you say that, If it is your feeling, you chuck it out, put in a new feeling, If it is my thought, just chuck it out and put in a new thought, Can you do that? No, it's because it's not us. It's not me, it's not mine, not myself. This is something you really have to understand, that the things that appear within us are not me, are not mine, not myself. The principle of anatta. Yeah? Whenever a difficult situation arises, yeah, say there's a difficult situation, yeah, and then turn it around, into an easy situation. Yeah? For instance, there's a difficult situation, and ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? And then instantly it becomes interesting. It's not difficult anymore because you have an objective. Yeah. Oh yeah. What can I learn? Yeah. There's always something that we can learn from every situation we are in. Yeah? And then it becomes something, that is interesting. And if something is interesting, it's always positive. Huh? And we are not oppressed by the situation because we actually see that we can change it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is the power of the citta. If we don't fall prey, to these constant suggestions, yeah, that the kilesas give us, yes, do this, do that, yeah, speak this, speak that, and so on and so on, yeah. That's why I call ourselves robots, because we don't really have any command, yeah. We have given up, the desk of the CEO, yeah, that signs all the papers. The subordinates, our kilesas, constantly come to us, yeah, please sign this, and we fast asleep, we sign everything what they say, yeah? Instead of saying, no, I don't want this, yeah? Go back, yeah, change the plan, yeah? Change the design, yeah? I don't want this, yeah? No, we don't want to oppose the kilesas because the kilesas say, it's me. I want this, yeah? We don't say there's wanting. Because if we say there's wanting, then we can look at it and then we can decide, is it necessary or is it not necessary? But if the kilesa suggests, I want this, then of course, yes. And we never get free of avijja. We never get free of this mastermind. Huh? So we have to do something, and of course, opposing the master is like opposing a tyrant. Yeah? I mean, he will send out his soldiers, if you start to oppose him, if you start not to do what he wants. Yeah? And these soldiers are called the kilesas, and they, a little bit of pain, maybe he goes, well, more pain, and then maybe he stops meditating. Or maybe a little bit of fear, that depends on each character, Maybe we induce a little bit of fear, then he stops. Oh, I'm so afraid, yeah. These are the soldiers of avijja. Yeah? We have to understand how it works, yeah. We don't understand a thing, I mean, we just react, we are reactionaries, we react to whatever situation because of our conditioning. And we are not very likely to change our conditioning until something really bad happens. Until we are completely dissatisfied with the results, and then we think about how are we going to change our attitude. Yeah? Only then. No, we should change our attitude now. Yeah? I mean, first of all, we should understand who am I? Five khandhas? Five khandhas are not me. I can see the body. Yeah? Just look at your hand and then say, it's my hand. Then look at the hand of your neighbor and then say, it's his hand. Huh? All what you see is a hand. Why do you say it's my hand and it's his hand? Huh? It's a hand. There's a hand, and then we cannot, go on. Yeah? There's a feeling. Yeah? Put them out for you to see, not to be induced by the kilesas. Oh, it's me, it's mine. I need this. Yeah? The more you need, the more you have dukkha. Yeah? The more dissatisfaction you have. If you don't need anything, you're satisfied. And that's what we can realize when we are in meditation. We're satisfied in samadhi. We're completely satisfied. We don't want anything. The moment we come out of samadhi, we want all these things. Yeah? And that's when we do the reflection, to see, how is this happening all the time? Why do I say these things that I say? Why do I do these things that I do? Well, what is the reason behind it? Maybe there's a wrong programming. Maybe there's a wrong conditioning. Maybe I never checked the conditioning and said, okay, throw out this conditioning, throw out this conditioning. And the more conditioning we throw out, the more freer we can react, Maybe then we can see our parents as human beings, not just as our parents. Difficult. Because they are human beings, They're just like us. Not different. So that is the purpose, Most of you will leave tomorrow, I mean, if you find, meditation useful, and if you don't like to be a robot anymore and then become a little bit more spiritual person who can actually decide what is going to happen in his life, and then take on meditation, Before you do anything, start meditating for half an hour or for an hour, and then go ahead, and do your things that you need for your livelihood. When you come back, from working, you do the same thing. You leave everything out, not interested in anything, what happened during the day, And then, once the mind is clear, then you do your daily reflection. You don't want to change anything while you do the daily reflection. Oh, this is not good. No. We just want to see how things are working. We want to understand, how the clock is ticking. And when we actually open, one of these old watches, hand watches or, whatever you call them, all what you see is, 5 gears, One gear, turns the other gear, and then the other gear turns the other gear, and the other gear, and this gear, and turns and turns and turns and turns around, And there's no meaning to it when we look at the gears, Just turning, And then we close the watch, And then suddenly we have time. It's too early, it's too late, it's right on time. It's the same thing, when we look at ourselves, when we think who I am, we open up the watch, and we see the 5 khandhas, the body, feeling, memory and association, thoughts, and consciousness. And they're just turning around. Consciousness, turns on, thoughts, and thoughts turns on memory, and memory, turns on feeling, and then thoughts are coming again, they turn on the feeling, and then memory comes again, they turn on the feeling, a similar kind of feeling, and suddenly we have an emotion, But it doesn't happen, in once, it is like an avalanche. Whoever has seen an avalanche, you throw a stone, into the snow, and it rolls down. With each roll, it takes on snow. And the longer it rolls, the more snow it takes on, And that is called an emotion. It is nothing, that is basic. The basic things are Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. That's the basic things. That's the basic ingredients of every drink that we drink. You just mix them differently together, and then you have, just for food, you have 7 tastes, you mix them differently, and then we have the food of all the world. But actually, the basic of each taste is sour, sweet, bitter, and whatever, greasy, and so on. And then we turn them, mix them differently, and then we have Chinese food, then we have Thai food, then we have Malay food, or we have African food, or we have American food or British food, Which is the same ingredients, but just mixed, in different quantities. And that's the same thing with the 5 khandhas. You take a little bit more feeling, you get more emotion, you take out less feelings, then you have this or you have that, Actually it's so simple, that's so beautiful about Buddhism. It's so logical, if somebody understands, the principle, how this whole thing, because we don't want to investigate I. We don't want to, because I am, so that's finished, We don't want to investigate that, Just like the Christian never opened up the body until till the beginning of the 19th century. Because it was holy, the body. Yeah? I mean, if they would have opened up this, they would have seen it is a complete mess. What is holy in this? Huh? All what you see is, blood, poos, shit, and so on. You don't want to open that up. Yeah. So, I mean, what is holy about that? So that's why they, painted it, and washed it, and then put it in a grave until it rots away. Yeah. Nobody ever looked, when it was rotten, how it looked. Yeah? But the body was holy, And for us, the eye is holy. Yeah? So we don't want to touch it, yeah? We touch everybody else, Huh? He is not good, he is not good, that is not good, that is not good. Every situation we touch. But we never touch ourselves, huh? We constantly, say, oh, look at this person, look what he's doing, that's not good, yeah? Why don't you look at yourself, yeah? Other people are looking at you and saying the same thing, yeah? Why do we need to say this thing about other people? We don't like it to come back to us, huh? We don't like people, talking badly about us, huh? So why do we start talking badly about others, huh? All these things we can see. All these things, we can investigate and see where they're coming from. And I can promise you they're all coming from some sort of dissatisfaction. We are not satisfied. Yeah? That's why we make up these things. To understand, if you really want to change your life, just these three things. Yeah? Before you do anything, do meditation, 45 minutes, an hour, or maybe even more. As much time as you have. Yeah? When you come back from work, do another, just clean up everything, another meditation, and then do reflection. In the beginning, daily reflection takes a long time. Last 1 hour or maybe 2 hours, because you can't get, our memory is not good enough. Yeah? But over the time, if you do it for 2 or 3 years, then, within 5 minutes, it is like a film. We see every moment of the day rolling in front of us, and we see how things are connected. So it's a training of memory. And memory is very important, it is very important, also for our practice. We need this memory, to be able to analyze situations. So you train this memory, yeah? And even without wanting to change this or wanting to change that, just looking at the daily, our daily life. Yeah, what are we doing? And then we see why we start to do a certain thing, or we see our conditioning, and then we can remove, the causes we can remove the if, yeah, and then there's no conditioning anymore. But it's up to you, yeah. Otherwise you're still in the roller coaster, yeah. Roller coaster of life, going up. Huh? We can't wait until we're up, yeah. When you sit in the roller coaster. And then when it goes down, down towards hell, it's so much fun, yeah, because it's so fast. And then it takes a long time to get up, just like in the cycle of birth and death, yeah? It is so fast, when we go down, we just need to break all the precepts, and then or one precept, and we go down very fast, yeah? And then to climb up, slowly back to the human life, yeah? Or even to the Deva life, it takes so much time, yeah? Going down is so fast, yeah? That's why I call it a roller coaster of life, yeah? Or if you want another way, samsara, the hamster wheel, yeah? Running, but not going anywhere, yeah? Next time you go and look at a zoo, a shop, that sells animals, look at a hamster. He's busily running, yeah? But not getting anywhere, yeah? He's always saying, stuck at the same place, yeah? But the Lord Buddha, opened up the door of the hamster wheel for us to get out, yeah? And the door, is the door to Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant. Yeah? It's the door to freedom. And it is up to us if we decide, yeah, if we want to get out, yeah, or not, or if you stay. If you like the hamster wheel, put some nice paintings in it, yeah? Some nice curtains so that you don't see. Maybe a radio to entertain yourself and a TV. And then you don't know that you're running. You forget everything, you forget the outside world, yeah? And that's what most of us, forget. There's something else. And if we want to know that there is something else, we just need to go inside the heart. But the kilesas won't let us so easily to get inside the heart. They protect it. Because they know, they are an endangered species when we go inside the heart. Because then we can remove them, unplug them, just like things in our garden that we unplug, weeds and so on. Things that are not supposed to be in our garden. We can unplug it. When we see it, if we don't see it, we can't unplug it. We can uproot it. We cannot uproot it. So now it is time for you to ask questions. Most of you are leaving, so ask the last question that you want to ask. Yeah?
I have noticed that during physical working, it is much harder to keep the Buddha because there's like this burning going on. And it's much harder to keep the Buddha.
Yeah?
So,
do some simple work where you can still keep the Buddha. If you don't have to think about what you're doing, if you just, sweep, you can sweep with the Buddha, Or if you take simple tasks, but if you sit in front of a computer, hopeless. You have to think. And you have to react, So there you can't, But if you do simple tasks, taking out the carpet, washing dishes, putto.
Is it like a habit? And
what?
Like this. Is it a habit that it's harder to keep the Buddha well?
Normally, because we are easily distracted, but once you get a little bit concentrated, you find it much easier to stay with simple tasks, where you don't have to think with the Buddha. But in the beginning, of course, everything. To train the mind to stay on one point, it is already difficult. When you're walking, it is easier. But when the moment you start to moving your hands, arms and do this or do that, the mind instantly gets distracted, thinks about this, thinks about that, why do I need to do it, oh, it is heavy, all these senses come in,
Okay.
So, but we can train it, so nothing, that we just stay, if you do simple tasks, just stay with the movement of the body,
So it is because of these senses that
it
is harder to...
Yes. It is because of the senses and our conditioning that automatically comes in. We have done this task before, we know we don't like it, and now we have to do it, and then all this aversion comes up, and all this. But we can train, over the time, we can train it, for simple tasks to stay with the Buddha or to stay with the breath, whatever your object is. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
There is.
You think about the daily reflection of observing, so when you clarify, you observe it without any judgment.
I speak slowly and loud so that that I understand it here.
Sorry. So I want to clarify. You say about the daily reflection of
Yeah.
observing, so we just observe without any judgment, right?
We just observe, yes. Yeah. And don't judge. Yeah.
So no good or bad. Yes.
No, you can't do Buddha there. Yeah. Because you need to recall actually, yeah? You need to call up the memory, what happened in the morning. If you don't know it, just go to the next moment, yeah? The next moment that you remember, yeah? So we train our memory and it becomes really good, yeah? Jeff. Just a moment, Jeff. Yeah?
I have a question about the difference between the citta and the consciousness aggregate. You explained that the citta is the one who knows that remains when the other aggregates fall away.
Yeah.
In my attempt to understand what is the difference between this and consciousness, it seems that consciousness is defined as cognizing, the act of knowing. And the act of knowing and the one who knows, I couldn't differentiate them, and I posed this question to another monk who said that they're actually the same thing, and that the orthodox Theravada position is that there's no difference between them. And so I couldn't understand this. And in one of the Ajahn Martin Piyadhammo books, he has a line where he says that any sense of I am, I forget the exact quote, any sense of I am is fuel for rebirth, or something like this.
Yeah.
So my question is, I guess, one, what exactly is the difference between the knowing of the consciousness aggregate and the knowing of the citta? And why would we want to think of it as our true self if any sense of I am, even that of the citta, is fuel for rebirth?
That is, yeah. Joan, can you answer that? The problem is our language. We have only one word for knowing. Yeah? And we are associated with knowing of consciousness. Yeah? Actually, when we say we are conscious, that some objects come into the sense fields. That is the knowing that we normally use. Yeah? But the knowing of the citta is different. It is not the same thing. Yeah? The knowing of the citta is the awareness that something is going on within the citta, not in the consciousness. And the pure knowingness doesn't even know of objects. But we have only this one word, so how can I explain it, if we have only one word, it's called knowing, yeah? You know a lot of things, but the knowing I'm more and more talk about is the experience of something without putting all this fluff on it, without putting all this cake on it or the cream or the shit on it, without putting adjectives on it, yeah. Just knowing the pure knowing, the pure sense contact. How does it feel like? We don't even know it. Because we instantly say hearing, yeah? Or we instantly say feeling, or we instantly, once we have the feeling, we instantly say good feeling, neutral feeling, unpleasant feeling. We have to get that out, in order to come slowly to the knowingness. And if you really want to know the difference between knowing, yeah, this kind of knowing or the citta knowing, then you have to dive actually into the Appana Samadhi. Yeah? Where everything disappears, there, where consciousness disappears, where all the five khandhas are gone. Yeah? And with all the five khandhas gone, the whole universe is gone. Yeah? And then you are at the what is it called, the preview of Nibbana. Then this is the pure knowingness. Yeah? That's why Lungta Mahapo also distinguishes between the pure citta. The pure citta has no self. The pure citta of every being is the same. Yeah? When you think, I think I described it, the essence of a drop, of a water drop is water. Yeah? But we don't see the essence of the water drop, we only see the drop. Yeah? Look, next time when it is raining very heavily, you don't see the water, you see only the drops. Yeah? But in the water, comes from the ocean. Yeah? So when the water drops falls into the ocean, yeah, it disappears, the form disappears, but the essence stays. And that's the essence, that is the pure citta. Yeah? The moment all our form, disappears, all the form, that takes on the form of self, yeah, disappears, then we are the pure citta. Yeah? We became actually one with where we were pulled out of. Yeah? And we were pulled out of this, essence, to do all these things that we are doing. Yeah? Okay?
So if we're able to have the apana samadhi experience and encounter the pure chitta, should we regard it as our true self, or should we regard it as anatta? Or does this?
I mean, this is not anatta. I mean, the Nibbana is not anatta. It doesn't have any of these. I mean, all these anicca, anatta, dukkha, are all described for the universe that we live in, from the universe of the senses, from the universe of the five khandhas. Yeah? When these cease to exist, there is no anatta, and there's actually no Dhamma. And there's actually no avijja. Yeah? So within that state of mind, these things don't exist because these are of fleeting nature of anicca. Yeah? They come, arise and go. Come again, arise and go. Come again and rise and go. Yeah? Sometimes I say it's true self, but it is, actually, when I say the true self, or Lungta Mahabodha was a little bit more precise. It says, it's a pure chitta. Yeah? And what we have, at the moment is the defiled chitta. And the defiled chitta is, loaded up with all these kilesas and so on. Once you get rid of all the kilesas, you become the pure chitta, even if you live in the form that you still have. So it's confusing, yeah? I understand it's confusing because we talk about another dimension that doesn't exist within the realms of our language. Yeah? And we can't describe it, yeah? I mean, what did the Lord Buddha, he said it is the unconditioned, he said it is the supreme happiness, he said, about Nibbana, it is extinguished, the fire is extinguished, the fire of lust, the greed and hate and delusion is extinguished. I mean, he used a lot of synonyms for that, yeah? Because there is actually no word how to describe it. And when you go into Appana Samadhi, I mean, when you come out, the only thing that you can say is, you don't even say there is knowingness. The only thing you can say is, I was awake. But everything else, there was no object that you saw, yeah? There was nothing, it is eternity, one moment is the same, for only when you come back, you suddenly have time. So when I went in, it is one moment you go in, and the next moment you come out. Because there is no space and there's no time in this reality. Only when you look at your watch, then you notice, 2 hours. Where have they gone? Yeah? You just dived in, and the next moment, you dived out, because then you know. Yeah? When you dive in, you don't know, you don't know. You don't know in the sense of this word. Yeah? You dive in and you come out, and up to 7 days can pass by. Yeah? And people can, they can cut off your body, they can slaughter your body, they can torture you, and you won't know. When you come back, where's my body? Oh, it's gone. Yeah? Let's have a look for another body. Yeah? Just like, you drive with your car, to a jogging field, and then park your car, and then you run, and run. When you come back, you see, your car is completely demolished, yeah? Then you can't go in and drive it anymore. Yeah? So you don't know anything about this world, yeah? That is the pure, that is the pure samadhi, or the appana samadhi, or the deep samadhi. It's amazing, yeah? Because there we see, this whole world is, filled, it's all delusion, yeah? Okay? Understood? Yeah? These things, you can talk about it, but you still don't understand it. You do have to experience. And the first thing where you experience, a sense, of selflessness, yeah, where there is no self, is this upachara samadhi, where there is just pure experience. Yeah? There's nobody telling you what you experience. So you feel there is no personality. Even in that state, there is no personality. Yeah? So you lose yourself. Yeah? That's why Descartes said, 200 years ago, "Ik cogito ergo sum." I think, therefore I am. When I don't think, I am not anymore. Yeah? The I disappears. Very interesting. Yeah? But I doubt that he ever went to that stage. Okay, so John.
You mentioned about this reflection.
Yeah.
Means after the work they have done of the day, and you sit down and reflect.
First you calm your mind.
Correct?
Yeah. You clear out everything. Yeah.
Right.
So you do meditation, samadhi. Yeah. Maybe 15 minutes, maybe an hour. Yeah. So that the mind is clear. Yeah. And once the mind is clear, then you come out of samadhi and then do the reflection. Okay, so no more questions? Latvia? Yeah?
I have one. When I'm meditating and I notice that I'm thinking, and then I want to turn back to the Buddha, and I
keep wanting to think.
Yes, there is this feeling of
you really have to pull it back sometimes, just let me think this thought, No! You can say no, pull it back, And that, that takes some time, to get used to it, Just cut it off, Just say something, not interested. And that cuts it off for that moment, and then instantly after not interested, you go back to the Buddha or go back to the path.
Sometimes it's also when I...
it's pulling,
When I go back to the Buddha, after a few moments I notice I was at the Buddha, but I still can go back to the Buddha.
Be patient, Rome wasn't built in one day, didn't learn to walk in one day, It takes time, The constant training, The constant training of pulling it back makes it more and more and more stable. So you have to do a lot of training. What?
No matter what, I just...
Yeah, no matter what.
I just pull it back.
Yeah. That is the best way, Just say, sometimes I say, not interested, And when there are too many, sometimes, I imagine to have a machine gun to shoot them all up, Until the masses of thoughts were gone and just the clever ones, who avoided the machine gun fire came, And they were tricky, because, they were immune to this ammunition. That is actually, not being interested in whatever comes, But they are very tricky. In the beginning, the masses you can get off very easily, by not being interested. But the ones who are tricky, who know you better than yourself, they come in. But this is so important, need to do it like now, These are the ones that you really have to stop, Cut, whatever method you use, cutting it up, or just shooting them out, Don't dive into, because the moment you dive into, they slowly pull you out, and then after 20 minutes you realize, it's gone. Sometimes it happens, or it happens to everyone, you're not different from the rest of us, It happened to me, Sometimes I had, during the whole day, I had very good energy, I could stay on my Buddha, and then suddenly a very interesting thought, came, about the Dhamma, of course, Kilesas, disguise themselves as Dhamma, and then I gave a lecture for 5 hours, And then after 5 hours I realized, where was I? And in these 5 hours I was sitting completely calm, not even realizing any pain. When I wanted to sit, for 5 hours, at least, after 2 hours, extreme pain came up. That shows you, this kind of pain, that comes up during meditation. It's not real, it's fake. Okay. Jeff?
I was really inspired by the stories in the Kudaka Nikaya of people who dedicate merit to a spirit that's been trapped for a long time, and immediately they turn into a deva. And so I started, in order to cultivate Brahma Viharas, doing a merit dedication at the end of every meditation session, but the list of people that I started doing grew longer and longer, so that it started to feel tedious. And so my question is, I always wondered, and I never could find this said anywhere, if you have 10 different people that you want to dedicate merit to, and you say, I dedicate merit to all beings, do all beings really receive them equally, as though you had thought of each of those people individually? And so what is the appropriate amount of energy to put into calling to mind individual people to dedicate merit to? And in general, how often would you recommend putting Brahma Vihara cultivation as an emphasis of your meditation? Or is that like in the background?
At the moment, I wouldn't really put too much effort in it. Yeah? And especially, if you get tired, then there's something wrong with your sharing of merit. Yeah? You try to give something, actually, when I teach about, metta meditation, I teach, invite the devas to come and find the metta in my heart, because they know where it is. I don't know where my metta is. Yeah? But the moment I invite them to come to my heart, they come and take the metta. And then, through observing them, I know where the metta is. Yeah? And the metta never ends. Yeah? It's always there. Yeah? So the moment you try to pour it out and pour it on all these beings, it is very tedious, and actually there's no metta in it, You just try to do something. Yeah? Metta is a state of being. Yeah? And through this state of being, you actually share it with the beings around you. Yeah? But you can invite the devas, and then, you first invite the devas, to take part in your metta. Then you invite, the human beings, or your parents and your relatives, and every being, and then you invite everyone, to take part in the merit of your deeds, or to take part in the metta that is in your heart. Yeah? Don't try to push it out, that is fake. That's not real metta. That's our imagination of metta. Yeah? I know it is done in the West so often. Yeah, I imagine this candle, and then spread it on all these people. Yeah, that's fake. That is not metta. Yeah, metta is there in the heart. Yeah, and the more people draw from it, the more you have. Yeah. If only a few people draw from it, you have very little. But if thousands or millions of beings are coming, draw from it, you have lots. Yeah? It's a never-ending well. So don't try to push it out on something. Yeah? And about the merit, of course, only people, you have a close relation with in this life, even if you share it with all beings, only these people can benefit more. The more their relationship to you is defined, or the closer the relationship, the more they can take. So for instance, your parents can take 100%. Your brothers and sisters maybe only 20% or 30%, depends on. Your friends might take 50% or 60%. Your wife can take maybe 80%.
Do they have to know in order to be
No. Why? I mean, if you transfer some money on account of your friend, does he have to know? He will sooner or later find out, oh, somebody transferred some money on my account. You don't have to let them know, they know it. I mean, they just look at their oh, nice, I received some money. I mean, it's easy, it is the safest bank in the whole universe, Nothing gets lost, If you transfer merit to your parents, they will, whatever, But there are some states of deprivation. When they are in the hell, or when in the hungry ghost realm, they cannot receive that merit yet. But the bank will keep it. Once they come back to the ghost realm, to the normal realm, they can start to receive the merit. They can go to the bank, and receive some of the merit. If they're in the human realm, in the deva realm, they can always receive it at all times. So there's no problem. But it's not only the relations that you have in this life. It's the relations that you had in all of your lives. So I mean, it's not only these 1,000 people, that you know of, that can have benefit from your sharing your merit. It can be millions or billions or trillions of beings, that you had contact with in your last life. Some of them, are in a deprived state. Some of them are in the Deva realm, wherever they are. Okay.
So the suttas where the Buddha talks about radiating goodwill, you radiate it in this direction, in that direction, in this direction, and I never understood you radiate heat. So is this something, is this connected with an actual practice? Or is this just like
that is a translation that you read. Never forget that you read translations. And with the translations comes the imagination of the people. Of course you radiate it, but you don't do it. I mean, the more power a candle has, the more it radiates the light out. The more metta you have, or the purer your heart is, the more it radiates out. So normally, within 100 kilometers, of Lungta Mahaboa's monastery, I mean, it radiated through all this. And she doesn't have to radiate it. I mean, it's the strength of the candle, I mean, the stronger the candle is, the more it radiates out the light. People always think they have to do something. No. We don't have to do something. We have to be. You understand that? Different? To be and not to have. To be or not to do. That's so difficult for us because I mean all our life, we are trained to have. Nobody trained us to be, just to be. That reminds me of my master, teaching master, Lungta Mahaboa. When Lungta Mahaboa was not on the stage, that means he didn't give a course. He just walked through the forest. You didn't even notice him. He was not there. The moment he got on the stage and talked, I mean, his full presence showed. He was a person without a self. You could walk through him. I mean, you couldn't even offend him. You could walk through him. And if he would be on the street, not being normally accompanied by hundreds of people, you wouldn't even notice it. You would say, what an old monk, And now when you look at the teachers, the meditation teachers, I mean, you can't even approach them, Isn't it? I mean, they I mean, they have a big wall around, don't come closer to me, But not with Lungta, I mean, you come very close, I mean, he never pushed you away, But that is only people, who live with an arahant, I mean, can have this experience, I mean, how can we know, how an arahant is, And if you see a couple of arahants, like I had the fortune, I mean, everybody has a different characteristics, But they have all one thing in common, This selflessness, complete selflessness. And now it is very difficult to find an arahant. I mean, they all died out, and the young generation just wants to have. More money. Money makes us happy, Makes us actually quite unhappy, The more money we have, the more we have to worry about that it doesn't disappear. If we just have enough money to live, we never have to worry about that it disappears. It's a lot of things there. Okay, understood? Yeah.
After when I come out of meditation, I notice that my visual perception has changed. Everything feels like calm and flowing, and I feel like there is no delay.
Yeah.
Sort of say,
Yeah.
is that a good
Yeah.
sign?
Yeah, that's actually quite a good sign.
That
Yeah.
our meditation is
Yeah.
progressing?
But, the only reliable sign is when you come out of meditation and you feel concentrated and you feel energized. That is always a sign of a good meditation. Not if it was difficult or not, or easy. That's not a good sign. Yeah? Okay? So,
You're
yeah?
saying about metta is be that it will grow, and how do you make it, cultivate it? Is it through concentration and samadhi training as well?
What do you want to make grow?
You're saying about metta being like candlelight and radiant.
Yeah?
And is it?
Metta is a primary aspect of our heart. Yeah? If you have a gold bar, in your house or in your attic, and this attic is filled with all this rubbish, yeah, and all this dirt and all this shit, yeah. How can you make this gold bar shine that is covered up? Yeah. You remove all the shit, you remove all the dust, you remove all the dirt, and then it starts glowing by itself, because it's always there. And metta is always there in our heart. Yeah? Compassion is always there in our heart. But we've covered it all up, yeah? And then we locked it with 7 locks, yeah? So that we can't access our heart anymore. And we lost the keys, we threw them away. Now we have to, through meditation, we have to find the keys and unlock one lock after the other so that we can go back to the heart, yeah? Most of the people even don't know what it means, to have a heart. They all live in their mind, yeah? They all live in their ivory tower, never go down, and see what reality is like. Yeah? Okay? No, all these things we don't have. That is the idea of Westerns, that we have to produce something, that we have to make something. No, metta is the quality of the heart. The Lord Buddha had enormous metta, yeah? He could radiate, this metta radiated, probably the whole continent of India, yeah? Because of the purity of his heart. Yeah? An arahant has enormous, yeah? Because he made the heart pure, he made the gold, yeah? Shine, and there's no dust, no speckle of dust on it anymore, yeah? So the gold has all the power to shine, yeah? And it was always there, yeah? And it's always there. We don't have to make something that, our imagination, yeah? Oh, I'm so compassionate. Yeah? No, you're not compassionate, you're just egoistic, yeah? You only think about yourself, yeah? When you see somebody suffering, you think about, when I'm in this situation, this must be so terrible. But you don't even know how this other person feels, huh? You're selfish. We are all selfish, yeah? We only think about ourselves. If we are in the situation, yeah, just like, we see somebody, suffering so much, and then instantly, we put ourselves, in the shoes of the other and say, how much must this part? Yeah? We only think about ourselves, we don't even think about it. Maybe he doesn't suffer, maybe he has this, has already developed this kind of, metta and so on, and is happy with his situation, but we think, that is so terrible. Most of our actions are really selfish, yeah? So, nothing more? Huh? Now you go back to your, now you go back to your hamster wheel, yeah? Running. Okay, what?
Regarding the questions on developing one-pointedness in daily life,
yeah? Forget about that. Just train some one-pointedness.
Okay.
You can't talk to anybody, you can't think any thought, for weeks to go. Huh? Upachara Samadhi, where thoughts and memories stop, that is the most that you can achieve, in your daily activity. Even for a monk it will be difficult, because he still thinks about this, does this and does that, and constantly talks animal talk, yeah? So I mean, he's constantly distracted. For one-pointedness, you really have to. You can't be interested in anything. You have to be really, what is it? Tunnel view. Yeah? The only thing that you see is your object, and you don't see anything around it. And you have to be tunnel viewed for quite a while. Yeah? Yeah? And you can't do that in your life. Yeah? You have to respond to other people. You have to react to other people. You have to react to situations. So, I mean, Appana Samadhi, forget it about, I mean, it is, you will be so happy if you can get every day into Upachara Samadhi where you can really relax and, and re-energize, yeah? That's about what you can do, yeah? Even for practitioners who stay here for half a year, I mean, it's not necessary that they get into Appana Samadhi, yeah? I mean, it also depends, on what you've done in previous lives, how good was your practice in previous life. I was lucky, that, yeah, but I also had a good job, I used to be a programmer who was really, focused, on, yeah. So I had always good concentration, yeah. And we didn't, at this time, I mean, nowadays every boy, has a smartphone, I mean, how much are you distracted through your smartphone? They constantly play with it, yeah? They can't even communicate with others anymore, they just text each other, yeah? I mean, this is a 24/7, computer in your pocket, yeah? Yeah, when you want to know something, you look it up on the phone, yeah? When you want to do this, you look it up, or you text something, or you call somebody, or this, yeah? I mean, when I was raised, I mean, Saturday and Sunday was the most boring time, there was nothing, everything was closed down, yeah? Yeah? So you had to do something, with yourself, Joanne probably knows it. Yeah? Saturday afternoon, yeah, Sunday afternoon there was maybe a football game, yeah, but during that time, was, in German we say, dead trousers, nothing was going on. Yeah, but nowadays, look, yeah, I mean the kids with 12 years, all play with their smartphones, yeah. How can they ever learn, how to be concentrated on one thing? They're instantly distracted by this or that, yeah? Then this message pops out, that message pops out, then they look at this, then they look at that, Yeah? Daryl, you notice that, yeah? Yeah? Don't use your smartphone too much, yeah? That's why we don't allow, smartphones here, yeah? I mean, people get so easily distracted, when they get bored, they look at their smartphone, yeah? Instead of looking at the dissatisfaction of boredom, yeah? Yeah.
Even 2 and 3-year-olds are on the phone.
Yeah. And even at my time, when I went to study in the States, I mean, they put the 3 or 4 years old in front of a TV so that, I mean, that is not much better, yeah. We didn't have my family didn't have a TV until I was 15, and then I wasn't interested in it anymore. Yeah, I was interested in other things. Yeah. That is, that's why it is so difficult for the young generation to really be able to concentrate on one object, yeah, because we are constantly distracted. Yeah? And remember, I mean, the Aryans of Thailand, most of them are farmers, yeah, simple-minded people, yeah. Not distracted by all this technology advances, cars and whatever they had, Even at that time they had cars and so on. And other distractions, radios. No, a farmer, lived a very simple life, So I mean, there was not so much distraction, yeah. So it was much easier for them, but they chose that kind of life. Yeah? Anyway, so finished.
Can I ask one more?
Okay, one more.
For a long time, I've been trying to figure out exactly how the practice leads to stream entry, and your explanation makes it clear in the first way it's been clear to me. But I want to ask the other people who are teaching that the way to stream entry is by body scanning without samadhi and without body contemplation, just scanning. Do you think that actually does anything, or are they all confused about the fact that this leads to stream entry? And also, in another one of your videos, you said that 1 in 1,000 people can do jhana, and that for the rest of the people, it's out of the question. But there's a lot of people teaching jhana out there, and they say like 20% of lay people go on retreats can do jhana in the first time. Do you think that what they're doing is not jhana, and they're just confused about what
it's an imagination of jhanas? It's a fake jhanas, yeah? A lot of people, do fake jhanas, yeah? And a lot of teachers are teaching fake jhanas, yeah? There are a lot of fake teachers, yeah? So, I mean, what shall I say, yeah? About, what was the first question?
The drive of path in the body.
Oh, the path to liberation. Yeah, I mean, look, they told. I think it was 20 years ago. Somebody came from America, and came to see Lungta Mahabor, and then they said, I mean, they teach wisdom without samadhi, and then Lungta Mahabor said, it's impossible. Yeah? I mean, he just laughed. Okay, let them do it. They don't get anywhere. It's called sila, samadhi, panya. Without sila, without enough sila, you will never enter the stream. Without enough samadhi, you will never, will never enter the stream. And without panya, you will never enter the stream. Sila, samadhi, panya are 3 columns where you build your house on. Yeah, if you just use panya, doesn't work. Yeah, if you build it on 2, it still goes off. Yeah. If you build it on 3, it's stable. But you have to raise these 3 columns. Yeah? So what she said is, sila, fosters, samadhi. Yeah? Samadhi fosters wisdom. Wisdom fosters sila again. Yeah? They all help each other so that they can grow together, and build a very stable foundation. Yeah? Anything lacking, nothing works. Yeah? I mean, that's the teaching of the Lord Buddha. Why don't they listen to? Yeah, I mean, they are so clever, coming with all these suttas. That's what the Lord Buddha said. That's what the Lord Buddha. But here they don't come. Yeah, I mean, he said it so. It was so clear, how he said it. Yeah, and that's actually, how it is always taught in the Thai tradition. Yeah? Without samadhi, you will not be able to develop wisdom. Yeah? Without wisdom, your sila doesn't get refined. Without the refinement of the sila, you won't get deeper into samadhi. And without getting deeper in samadhi, your wisdom will lack. Yeah, and so on. Yeah, I mean, they all need to go together, hand in hand. Okay. The best thing is, just don't listen. Yeah. It's just, even in the world, even in our, scientific world, there are so many fake teachers, yeah? They just want to be known, they just want to make a name for themselves, but not knowing anything about it, yeah? Let them do it, they will go down, yeah? And especially if they use the Dhamma, the Lord Buddha warned people, yeah? Don't, yeah? Yeah? He said the Dhamma is like a snake. Yeah? If you grab it at the tail, it comes around and bites you, yeah? And poisons you. Yeah? And if you think you're a good Dhamma teacher, yeah? But if you teach wrong, Dhamma wrongly, then you just will go down. Yeah? And then in the next life, even in this life, you have the opportunity to find the true Dhamma in the next life, but you find, you have a wonderful experience, and then you suddenly think you found the Dhamma, and then you go out and teach and preach and preach and preach, yeah? And then in the next life you won't even find a true teacher because you fooled so many people, yeah? Not intentionally, not willingly, but, taken over by our greed, to be somebody. Yeah,
so the people who are influenced by this kind of teaching, it's just their karma.
It's their karma. Yeah, I mean, how many people did they find their way to Lungta Mahabor? How many Westerners? But anyway, yeah, I mean, yes, of course we have this karma. I mean, you have the good karma, to come to the true teaching. Yeah. now people will call me arrogant because I say, here's the true teaching. They call me all sorts of names, yeah? Doesn't matter to me, yeah? Let them call me whatever they want, yeah? Let them call me a douchebag or a shitbag or whatever, you know. It is their opinion and they can't change their opinions, yeah? So why bother about, yeah? If somebody gives me a reason why I'm arrogant, you know, I mean, I will listen to it, you know, and then I see it, yeah? Of course. Because I say things very definitely. And that, you know, in the West, you know, is considered to be arrogant, yeah? But I know things, yeah? I mean, if I know the way to Rome, I know it, yeah? If I don't know the way to Rome, I say, maybe this is the way to Rome, maybe that is the way to Rome, maybe, you know, maybe this, you know, or you should try it this way or you should try it this way. I never tried it myself, but, you know, I heard, you know, other people tried. No, I mean, I say it straight on, you know, and Lungda was the same thing, yeah? Lungda Mahabua, you know, I mean, he said, this is the path and that's not, yeah? This is too excessive, that is too little, yeah? Well, let the people call me whatever they want, yeah? They always say, you know, I'm so harsh to my monks. Yeah? I'm not harsh enough, you know. I can't be. Sometimes, you know, I mean, I do have to laugh. You know, there was a situation with Lungda Mahabua. I mean, one of the monks came up to his kuti, and he really scolded him. Yeah. You know, I mean, he was in the beginning. You know, was as big as 1 meter 50. You know, when he came out of the kuti, he was just the size of a head. And then he crawled back. Yeah. And then the moment he was down from the kuti, you know, away, you know, Lungda. He had to laugh himself off. Yeah? I can't be so, you know, sometimes I'm serious, you know, but I can't be long enough serious, yeah? Only if I see a very grave mistake, yeah? And then Lungda also got very big. Yeah? Now I should be more serious, you know, so that people will learn more. But, I mean, it's bothersome. I don't want to be serious, yeah? I want to have fun just the same way, yeah? Making jokes, yeah? But people don't get, you know, Lungda Mahabua never was serious was always serious with the monks, but never serious with, oh man, he cracked so many jokes in the sala. When I was meditating, I didn't go to eat, yeah? I mean, it was about 500 meters away, you know, in my kuti meditating, and then suddenly I have a roaring laughter. The whole sala was up, yeah, roaring laughter, yeah? Because he told some of these jokes, you know, I mean, he made them comfortable, yeah, and then put in some Dhamma, you know, and then made him comfortable again. Oh. Very similar way to the Lord Buddha, you know, when two people came late to his Dhamma talk, you know, what did he say? You know, I give them food, you know, to eat so that, you know, that they are not bothered by their hunger and so that they can listen to the Dhamma. Yeah? And then after they eaten, you know, he gave a Dhamma talk. Yeah? Okay, so, finished. Yeah, have a nice trip back, you know, and don't forget yourself, you know, become human beings, not robots, yeah? Yeah? Well, it's up to you, you know. Robots is an easy life, you know, you just follow the orders of your kilesas, you know, and, yeah? But then you are unhappy all the time. Yeah? Don't worry, be happy, yeah? Yeah? Remember that? If you don't worry, you know, you are happy, yeah? Kem, yeah? เข้าใจไหมเข้าใจบางไหม Yes, good.